So let's talk real quick about Google's first introduction into the smartwatch realm. Released only a few months ago in October of 2022, I've been eyeing this smartwatch to test and review, seeing as I am a smartwatch fanatic, and regular viewers of my channel know that I adore my Apple Watch, alongside the limitless combinations you can make with Apple's extraordinary array of band choices and styles. That's why I like to dub us bandaholics. It's certainly not easy to have the perfect first-gen product, and every company's first generation of any piece of tech is always interesting, to say the least. Consider the first-gen Apple Watch, dubbed the Series 0 now. When it came out, it was announced with plenty of fanfare, but fell kind of flat as many users felt it wasn't all that useful, essentially being just a notification machine, plus the software support wasn't the best whatsoever. This is Google's first ever smartwatch, and with a reputable company like Google, there was a lot of pressure for them not to disappoint, seeing as how other more seasoned smartwatches, such as the Apple Watch Series 8 and the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5, are already well established and extremely refined products. What's interesting is Google acquired Fitbit back in 2019, so this watch kind of combines the best of Google software and features, plus Fitbit's suite of health tracking capabilities. In this video, we'll cover a quick unboxing, a tour of the device, and I'll give you my initial first impressions of this brand new first-gen smartwatch by Google. I do want to have some time with it before I give it a proper review, so please stay tuned for that in a few days after getting some time to get to play around with it. I'll be honest, I'm really excited for this watch, as over the years, Google's hardware and software, especially their Pixel line of phones, has steadily impressed me more and more with each passing year. Alright, I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be, so without further ado, let's roll that intro and get things started. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we have it, our all-new Google Pixel Watch in its squarish white box that differs from something like the Series 8, which comes in an elongated rectangular box. We have the famous Google G up top and center, alongside Google Pixel Watch branding underneath it, and an image of our Pixel Watch in your chosen color and band, alongside Fitbit branding to the right. I'll go over color choices and pricing in just a second. On the left hand side, we feature Wear OS by Google and Hey Google branding. On the right, it just says Google. We have the G up top and serial number information towards the bottom. And on the back, we have a ton of text essentially telling us what we can expect to find in the box, along with two white pull tabs that assist in this unboxing. So let's go ahead and remove those, open the lid, and first thing we see is a beautiful presentation of the Pixel Watch with the watch band already being pre-installed. It's sitting in this little tray and is actually sitting on top of its charging puck. But first, let's set that off to the side and dig deeper into the contents of our box. First, I thought this white card with the Google G would come with a nice greeting or something, but no, it doesn't. It's just blank, kind of odd. But anyway, we have our blue quick start guide that comes in multiple languages, as well as our warranty and information guide. It seems like that's all that's in the box, so now let's head back to our holder and undo it from the underside to reveal our white plastic charging puck that looks very similar to the Apple Watch charging puck, only slightly larger and rounder. Additionally, we feature an extra small medium band in case the medium large that comes pre-installed is a bit too big. But finally, let's remove the watch itself off the little holder, then simply press the digital crown for a couple of seconds, and you should see the Google G, which indicates the watch is ready for setup. The setup process is extremely easy and seamless. Simply follow the prompts on the watch and you'll be ready to go. The setup process literally took me less than 3 minutes. Alright, so first, let's go ahead and get a deeper look at this brand new first-gen smartwatch. And appreciate the design, because it does differ from something like the Apple Watch, and instead of being more squarish in nature, here it is a circular and sort of dome-shaped versus it being flat like the Apple Watch Ultra. Honestly, the design is very simple and minimalistic, which I think is quite eye-appealing. Unfortunately, it only comes in one size, that being a 41mm size, so those with larger wrists might be disappointed here with having a sole option to choose from. But the thing is, the usable screen real estate isn't actually 41mm. As you can see, there is a rather large and noticeable bezel that surrounds the circumference of the Pixel Watch. Thus, the sizing of the actual screen is technically closer to 29 to 30 millimeters. So again, I reiterate that if you have larger wrists, you will probably be disappointed at the Pixel's diminutive size. That said, I feel like I have average size wrist and it fit me perfectly. For reference, on the Apple Watch, I use the larger sized watches, But for all my Apple bandaholics, I do prefer to use the small medium bands for the sport bands and stuff. But sizing aside, even though there's one sizing option, you do get a few choices when it comes to colors and band choices. Currently, in early January of 2023, Google actually hooks you up with a slight price reduction, and you can currently pick it up for $319 versus the regular MSRP of $349. And you can pick it up in one of three colors. Your color choices are polished silver, champagne gold, and matte black. It's honestly up to your preference, but I do like that Google threw in a matte option since the polished silver and champagne gold are fingerprint and scratch magnets, just like the stainless steel versions of the Apple Watch. That being said though, just like the Apple Watch, for an additional $50, you can opt for a Pixel Watch that comes integrated with 4G LTE capabilities. I feel this is a small nudge from Google to entice users to try out their own Google Fi cellular plan. I haven't tried it out yet, but if you guys want to see a review of Google's own cell service, definitely let me know in the comment section below. Okay, you can then choose to purchase additional bands separately from Google. Now, as many of you know, I am an avid bandaholic with nearly 400 original Apple Watch bands. There's just something about Apple's bands that really draws people in. I thought I was alone until I started making YouTube videos and realized there was a huge community of people who share my same passion. Maybe it's the Apple sheep in me, but I'm unsure whether Google's bands will have a similar effect. Only time will tell. But you can choose between 5 distinct styles, with one coming pre-installed on your Pixel Watch already, as I mentioned. Your choices are the active bands, which are the cheapest, coming in at $49 a pop. Then there's the stretch band and woven bands, which come in at $59 each. And then finally, the more premium tier of bands for more formal occasions, which are the crafted leather band line and the two-tone leather bands, which come in at $79 a band, effectively saving you $20 for the more premium tier when you compare them to Apple's regularly priced leather bands, which typically come in at $99, not including any of the coveted Hermes offerings. Okay, so back to a tour of the watch. The face features a rounded design with a 3D glass dome. This raised effect is sort of an optical illusion that tries to hide the display's thick bezels, but doesn't change the fact that a good portion of the display is simply unusable. You have your standard digital crown that protrudes there on the right hand side of the device, but do note you can switch the orientation just like you would on the Apple Watch, so you can have the digital crown on the left hand side. It does provide haptic feedback when you scroll, which is pretty standard and similar to the Apple Watch. But there's also this oddly placed side button above the digital crown that apparently is used to open recent apps, and a long press summons the Google Assistant. The side button just feels weird, for a lack of a better term. It doesn't have a good amount of clickiness to it and feels somewhat hidden thanks to that circular design. Luckily, like on the Apple Watch, you tend to really not use it all that much. And then, connecting new bands is similar to the Apple Watch thanks to this clever little push and slide mechanism when you flip the watch to the underside. It takes some getting used to at first, but basically, you press that little button and then push the band towards the button and then pull outward. And then to install a new band, you just do the same thing, but only in reverse order. This differs from Apple's in that no lugs are needed here. So it's this really clean, seamless look and feel, which I think is quite nice. Actually, it seems like the bands are all a cohesive part of the Pixel Watch, and it all blends in quite well. This might not matter to you if you never switch bands, but if you are a Google bandaholic, it's nice to know that all bands for the Pixel Watch all seem to blend in with the casing of the watch. And this is crucial for Google to get right on its first gen product, because last thing a company wants is to realize that their band exchanging mechanism is trash. Then they have to go in and change it, and that basically make everyone's bands not compatible anymore if they needed to tweak it or overhaul it completely. So good job in this regard, Google. The back also happens to be pretty simple as well. Not only is it where you attach the charging puck magnetically, which by the way, the magnetic charging puck has a weak magnet. I don't know, it feels flimsy. But it also houses some pretty standard sensors, including a heart rate sensor, blood oxygen sensor, and an ECG. Then, of course, on your left-hand side, you have your speaker and microphone grill. Overall, the hardware, in my opinion, is very beautiful. It's a great deviation away from Apple's squarish formula, and I quite enjoy the circular look and feel of the Pixel Watch. So overall, I'm already initially impressed by the look of the Pixel Watch. However, I have read a few reviews from other sources which highlight the Achilles heel to the Pixel Watch, which is apparently its poor battery life. Google on stage when they announced it claimed that it would provide up to 24-hour battery. Again, that word up to means that it's likely going to to be a little less. So in my full review, I'm definitely going to address battery life once I get a couple of days to test it out. Already for me, I think it's a good size, but I really do hope that Google maybe offers a larger option in the future, because I know for a fact people with larger wrists will find this watch to be a bit on the smaller side. It being a first gen product though, I think Google will hopefully listen to their fans and refine and tweak it with future iterations. For now, I need more time with it to give you all a proper and honest review more than anything. Be on the lookout for it later on this week, but for now, that's about it. I wanted to showcase the watch alongside an unboxing and also give you guys my initial impressions. I think the watch is gorgeous, but I'm excited to see how it performs on the wrist and most importantly, how well that battery life is alongside with all the nice Google features that come along with it. Eventually, I'd like to also make a subjective head-to-head comparison of this and the Apple Watch Series 8. And only way to not miss out is by hitting that subscribe button down below. I'm clocking out for now, but stay tuned for my full review in your subscription feed in the days soon to follow. As always, take care and bye for now.